Test Drive with Graeme Fletcher.
This week on Test Drive we look at the totally new Toyota MR2. Now this car has been redesigned from the ground up, and for anybody that likes serious driving, this car is one heck of a lot of fun. I must admit I prefer the styling of the new MR2 to its angular predecessor. One thing I couldn't get over, however, was how much this car looks like the late but certainly not lamented Fiero GT. If you opt for the turbocharged version of the MR2, you get a rear deck fin that seems to finish off the back end and gives the entire car more substance. To handle the extra power provided by the turbo, extra engine braces have been added to the front and rear shock towers. Be warned though, the quickness, the shape and the brilliant yellow colour of this car make it a prime target for the local law enforcement agency. Along with the new look comes an upgraded chassis. This and the mid-engine format makes the car extremely agile and as near neutral as you're going to get it. During the pylon test there was virtually no body lean, and only a vehicle on rails could have tracked the pylons any better. Given the prowess in the pylon test and the fact the suspension is tuned specifically for performance, I was surprised by just how compliant it actually is on the road. The MR2 features a four-wheel disc brake setup with an anti-lock brake option. Our base MR2 lacked the ABS system, but we still managed to turn in some quick, powerful straight stops on the skid pad. The large air intakes on either side of the vehicle are more than just cosmetic. They actually supply air to the engine and help keep the engine compartment cool. Our test car featured the normally aspirated 130 horsepower 16-valve 2.2 litre engine. During the acceleration tests, it managed to propel the car to 100 kilometres in a titch over 8.5 seconds. If you opt for the turbocharged version, you race through the same sprint in about 6.5 seconds. The Japanese are golfaholics, and so the success or failure of a vehicle can often hinge on its ability to carry the golf clubs. Surprisingly, the MR2 will actually hold two sets, minus the golf carts of course. The spare tyre is housed under the hood and it leaves just enough room for a small briefcase. The driver's seat is height adjustable and features adjustable lumbar supports and side bolsters. These ensure complete comfort as well as providing the necessary lateral support. The dash features a complete set of analog gauges that are neatly arranged and contoured to provide optimum visibility through the steering wheel. Ahead of the gear shift are the radio and heater controls. The empty compartment below the radio is to accommodate the upgraded audio package available. Removing the T-top roof panels is a cinch, and they store neatly and safely behind the front seats. This week I don't have so much of a pet peeve but more a disappointment. In redesigning the MR2, Toyota have done a very good job. However, they chose to stay with these pop-up headlights and they destroy what is a very good looking car. Now to the scoreboard for the final ratings of the latest edition of the MR2. The stiffer chassis, independent suspension and mid-mounted engine ensure optimum handling characteristics. Even close to the limit, the MR2 is very forgiving with only a hint of trailing throttle oversteer. The brakes on the base model are powerful and easily modulated, providing straight, short stops. Add the ABS option and things get as near perfect as possible. In base form, the MR2 is quick. Add the turbo and look out. Toyota claim 5.9 seconds to the 100k mark, which I think is a little optimistic because first gear is extremely short. Our base model could have done with a little more insulation because the mid-engine format puts the engine extremely close to the driver's ear, meaning a lot of noise. Even when driven quickly, the base MR2 manages to turn in better than 28 miles per gallon or 10 litres per 100 kilometres. Ease up on the gas pedal and you'll beat that figure easily. While the MR2 is no Ferrari, the turbocharged model does manage to come close, giving we mere mortals a hint of the driving pleasure that can be derived from owning a truly well-bred sports car.